The Rifleman is a hit American Western TV series, which premiered in 1958 on ABC and had its viewers hooked throughout its 5-season run until 1963. It was set in the 1870s and 1880s in a fictional town of North Fork. The storyline revolved around Lucas McCain, who moved from Enid, Oklahoma to New Mexico after the death of his wife due to a smallpox outbreak. Focused on the heartwarming relationship of father and son, the show prominently portrays the family values and moral principles. Thanks to the amazing portrayal of Chuck Connors as Lucas McCain and Johnny Crawford as his young son Mark McCain, the show still remains as one of the best TV shows of all time. Even if you have been a fan of this family-oriented show, you might not have noticed every small aspect that made it one of the best. Today, we're looking at some of the interesting facts about the Rifleman. But before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to be part of our notification squad. First single parent on TV. The Rifleman has been known for a number of first-time moments on TV, but one that stands out from the rest is the lead character, Lucas, being a widower. The show marked the first time in American primetime TV that the main character played the role of a single parent. However, this part of his background wasn't a part of the original script. The part of Lucas McCain raising his son and teaching him how to be a man went on to be the primary theme of the series, thanks to the director and writer Sam Peckinpah, who pitched the idea. After the show beautifully portrayed the values and social importance, it inspired many other shows, including Julia, which aired for 3 seasons on NBC from 1968 to 1971 and was based on a single mother, Julia Baker. Different cameos. Dennis Hopper made his debut on the show in the first episode and later in the 30th episode of the same season, and both times as a different character. He first played the role of a sharpshooter and appeared as a rebel teenager in his next stint. Like him, Paul Fix too appeared twice in the show, and both times as different characters. At that time in the industry, it was hard to find an actor who could ride a horse. So the director had to appoint Paul again in the role of the marshal. Time-traveling gun. The Rifleman was set in the 1870s and 1880s, but the rifle that Lucas carried was a modified Winchester Model 1892. So basically, he was showing off a gun that wasn't even made. Gunsmoke to Rifleman. When the writer-director Sam Peckinpah wrote the story, it was intended for a different show called Gunsmoke, but a network company rejected it. After 3 years, with some tweaks in the story like the introduction of the character Mark McCain, a few name changes, and the background story, it was accepted by ABC and gave the life to the show we all love and adore. Crawford's different careers. Having established himself as an actor with the Rifleman, he ventured out of this territory and for times chose different careers. As a teenager, he released singles, 4 of which charted in the Billboard Top 40. His most popular song to this day is Cindy's Birthday, which was once at number 8 in the charts. After enjoying a fair share of success from his musical career, he forayed into a different path. He joined the military to produce training videos for the Army, and thanks to his years of acting experience, he slowly climbed up to the rank of a sergeant. Chuck Connors is an athlete. Before appearing in the series, Chuck was a pro athlete. In fact, he is one of only 12 athletes who have played in both MLB and NBA. Destitute and unable to pay rent, he had to forego his dream of playing sports, which changed his career path to acting. He credited all the success in his life to baseball, saying, "I owe baseball all that I have, and much of what I hope to have. Baseball made my entrance to the film industry immeasurably easier than I could have made it alone. To the greatest game in the world, I shall be eternally in debt." Ranches in LA. Although the show was set in New Mexico, it was not filmed there. It was filmed in abandoned ranches in California. The set was often moved to different locations, including the Santa Monica Mountains, Malibu Creek State Park, and Calabasas. Downfall in rankings. The show was a hit from the get-go. In fact, when only 40-odd million households had the privilege of TV at the time in the US, it was watched by over 14 million families. But the show's ratings plummeted down in later seasons. Its popularity eventually dropped, and the show fell off the top 30 list after 1962. Not a father figure in real life. Although Chuck Connors played the part of a father to a young Johnny Crawford, he, in fact, was an entirely different character and allegedly a bad influence in real life. Johnny Crawford told in an interview with AMC, "I had great respect for him and loved working with him, but he was very different off screen. He was incorrigible, a practical joker. It was fun all the time, but he wasn't a good influence on me aside from his acting. He used a lot of four-letter words, and he was very imposing." Connors was a chain smoker. Despite being an athlete for many years, Chuck Connors was a chain smoker who in a day would smoke several packs of cigarettes. Smoking an average of 60 cigarettes a day, that's one cigarette every 24 minutes, certainly affected his health, and he died of lung cancer and pneumonia at the age of 72. First guest star of color. The show was a trendsetter in many aspects, but one of them was that it featured a black character by the name of Tip Corey, played by Sammy Davis Jr., of the famous informal jazz group the Rat Pack. It was the first time in television history to feature a black character without referencing the race. Perhaps the creator wanted to make a statement to the world. He appeared on the show twice. His sharp skills with a pistol and his gunslinger persona was very impressive for a musician, and fans to this day adore him for this performance. First show in Russia. Surprisingly enough, Leonid Brezhnev, the Soviet leader of the 70s, was a huge fan of the show. When he visited the US, he was very keen to meet Chuck Connors. After a number of their friendly encounters and some table talks, the Rifleman aired on Russian TV, making it the first American TV show to do so. Connors and Brezhnev remained friends for years, and the actor was invited to the leader's home country on several occasions. Who was your favorite character from the Rifleman? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel for more great content.